What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Okay, let's talk about this new moon that's coming. It's crazy. I was looking at it for a while. Holy shit. Holy shit. Listen, don't leave. This is the breakdown. Okay, I have it on my TV and you guys can't see it because of the glare, and I try to fix it, but so we see me trying to be all technological. We see here Sun and Moon, 23 Leo. Now, Venus retrograde is conjunct. Black Moon Lilith is conjunct. We have what's called actually, besides that, we have the square of the new moon, so Sun and Moon, to Uranus, right? And that also means, so Uranus is right there, 23 Taurus, right? So it's also squaring Venus. So let's break that down right there so far, right? And there's a lot more, right? You see this is a kite aspect, even though it's not showing this sextile. That's a sextile, so that's a kite, and it's Mars in Virgo opposite Neptune. So the apex is Neptune. Neptune is also in a quincunx with the south node. So there's a lot of Neptunian energy here. There's a lot going on. Holy fuck. I took some notes. I never take notes ever. Okay, let's start. Okay, also let's start with some numerology. It is a 22 day. This 16th. So this 16th of August is a 22 day. This is when it is. So we got some time. That is extremely spiritually significant. This is a big time new moon, right? I just want to put that one out there. So what I wrote down, so, just starting with the themes that I mentioned, right? New moon in Leo, right? Leo is all, it's all fun, passion, creativity, inner child, blah, 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 right? Now, the fact that we have Venus retrograde and Black Moon Lilith there is very interesting. Wherever 23 degrees Leo falls in your chart, very, very, important. It's like right on my, close to my ascendant, my south node. Personally. Okay, I think a lot with love is gonna happen. I think like Venus retrograde, there's that whole kind of karmic element, right? And you have Chiron, right? So this is another factor. So we have the nodes, North Node and Chiron. Chiron at 19 is trining, and the North Node they're both trining all these, or the new moon plus Venus. So, the North Node, it's 10 degrees, so it's not. I don't know. That's too far. But Chiron, it's trining Venus. So Venus, this is what's really interesting. Everyone cares about relationships and stuff. Venus retrograde, obviously, it's like, very faded when it comes to that kind of self-love, relationships, money, anything artistic, anything that rules Venus, right? So what's interesting is that Uranus is square, right? So Uranus square Venus, that can create lots of surprises, lots of shakeups, like a new need for freedom, a new need for space, for individuality. If a relationship is very karmic, because of the retrograde, right? Very karmic relationships can come. I see a lot of very, very karmic relationships coming back or dipping the fuck out. Whatever is helping you kind of, shine and become a better version of yourself, it'll be very apparent. But the trine of Chiron, right, to Venus, I think it's going to really let people know, and whatever is kind of stirring up old wounds, there could be a chance to really get through those through Leo, which is the energy of letting go and of the inner child, just being a kid and finding things that you love and passions, starting new passions, even during Venus retrograde, whatever. So yeah, I found it very interesting that Uranus is part of the, is part of this grand trine that it turns into a kite, right? The grand trine is Mars, Pluto, and Uranus. So that's interesting to me. It's part of of the grand trine, but then the activation of the kite it's through that that Mars opposite Neptune. Mars opposite Neptune in a new moon like this, and not to mention Black Moon Lilith being a part of this whole stellium, or it's not stellium, but like stellium of Sun, Moon, and Venus. I think that there's a lot that's gonna come that can come up around giving and taking in relationship. Like, I think a lot of narcissistic types are going to get really, really called out, because if you think of like the lowest part of Leo, it's like give me. Like, energetically, it's all about giving and taking, right? So I believe that a lot things will make a lot more sense, and when Uranus is involved in this type of way, I think that there can be some very, very fast reactions, so some impulsivity. So that's tip number one, is like, don't be overly impulsive, because this opposition, fuck this glare, between Mars and Neptune, right? That's literally like, and then Neptune is quincunx, quincunx 150 degrees, the south node. To me, that's just like, look, there's gonna be a lot of potential situations and relationships where it might be very, very karmic, but there might be relationships where like Neptunian energy in relationships is like where there can be, it can be very romantic, but also very, very lots of idealization. So my advice is to not be impulsive. However, if it's something that you've thought about and it comes up, and you're finally seeing clearly, take note of it. But like, it's a new moon, right? So new moons are about new beginnings. So if we think about the energy of all this, right, I think it's really about the fact that Venus involved. It's about self-love, and I think that this can kind of show us the narcissist, the kind of belittling tendencies we have in ourselves. I just think like the darker side of Leo can be very much selfish. And Felix, he is a Leo rising, and this actually is falling right on his right on his ascendant, actually. So he's kind of looking forward to it. He's been getting more into astrology. He's trying to take over from Esme. Are you, Felix? Show your eyes. Felix, Mika. Anyways, so so it's very interesting. Okay, like, in the totality of it, I think that and you have Mercury conjunct Mars in Virgo, so I think that there's definitely like a potential of being hold up. There's definitely a potential of being a little bit, like hypercritical too, but I think definitely taking stock of whatever you do notice during that time. I think like Venus, I just think that the fact that Venus is square Uranus and trine Chiron is crazy, because it's like, Venus retrograde, oh my god. And Black Moon Lilith, and the fact that it's with the sun and the moon, it's really activating like this idea of self-love, this idea of codependency and finding and independence, and I think a lot of relationships are going to end, but I think also a lot are going to start, or a lot are going to be rejuvenated. It's really what you make it. Like the whole south node, north node, like south node, like being like kind of in the quincunx with Neptune, which is the apex of the kite. To me, it's like Neptune and Uranus are playing big roles, and when they're playing big roles, that means that there's shocks, but there can also be like over idealization. There can, Mars opposite Neptune. They're like, watch out for substances. Watch out. What else did I write? Like self delusion, addiction. Like in what ways are you fooling yourself? In what ways are you in your life allowing people to kind of step all over you, or like what relationships? It's not just love, it's about self-love. This is the big thing. Like, are there people in your life who, like I keep saying, who take, and there's not that fair, like, kind of exchange of energy, you know? It's about boundaries. Leo is strong. It's a passion. It's a heart of the lion, right? And I think that there can also be a lot of impulsivity with this energy. So I keep telling you guys, chill the fuck out when, like, you know, with this new moon, like, really allow it to sink in. It's a very, very good one for, you know, for finding passions, you know, for finding new passions. And, you know, the fact that it's a 22-day in numerology is amazing as well. So it's definitely special. And what else did I write? Yeah, karmic love, good but bad, good plus bad but fast. Yeah, lots of shit can go down. Yeah, and then also, yeah. So I just think that there's really, like, you know, the fact that Venus is also squaring Jupiter. I mean, I don't hate that square ever, like, but it can definitely be a little bit overly indulgent, you know. And you add the Uranus square, so I don't know. Like, don't make, like, Felix, get away. Felix, stop. Felix. He's gonna push over my iPad. Felix, go. Felix, no, don't. Felix, don't touch it. Anyways, yeah, don't get back with your fucking exes and shit. Or people, you know, like that. If it ended, and it probably ended for a reason. Unless you have a really, really good reason. And yeah, I think it's about, you know, at the end of the day, what's Leo? Leo is raw, you know, and kind of says it how it is. And, you know, like, they can be full of shit, but like, you know, really at its core, there's like a certain boldness, I think, to Leo. And I think that the highest vibe Leo is someone who has so much self-love. It's like Salvatore Ganacci, this DJ that I just saw. You know, they have so much self-love and they don't need anyone else. And I think that is a major theme here. And I think love is a major theme. And I think that the fact that Pluto, Uranus, and Mars, I think, you know, like Mars and Mercury together, you know, I just think that, like, a lot of shit's gonna go down. I think people, man, if this was a full moon, can you imagine? The fact that it's a new moon is kind of like, I think that there's just so much spirituality too, because, oh wow, yeah, and of course Neptune's right on my fucking Sun and Mercury, yeah. But oh god, it's gonna mean that Mars is gonna be opposing my Sun. Whatever, I don't care. Yeah, so it really is about, you know, finding spirituality, finding high Leo, high Pisces, high Neptune, Pisces, you know, high you know, Uranus, not, you know, like, it's a good time to really start a new passion. It's a good time to, you know, really figure out what lights your fire, and to really rearrange kind of your ideas of love. I think the energy's there, and I think here's Mika. Mika, talk. Say it, Mika. Thank everyone who voted for you to tie for the last contest. Mika. Felix, he never talks. Very rarely. He has such a beautiful voice. And Esme, if you guys want to hear from her, she's been watching the whole time. Esme. It's okay, I know people will vote for you next time. Not so many people voted this time, but you won too. So yeah, Esme, what do you think? She says, "Get away from me," and she ran away. But yeah, so I don't know. I just think that's going to be very interesting, and you know, there's going to be a lot of karmic stuff going on, a lot of karmic endings, a lot of karmic beginnings. I know, like I always say, it's never like the day of. It's like, you know, I think this one's really important. There's no fixed stars at 23 Leo that I could see in this new book I have. So that's it. 15 minutes limit, I'm pretty sure. So thank you so much. Let me know what you guys think. Ciao, peace.